Cheo's 117 Lowrider S. Let's talk about it. Alright, what's going on YouTube? FXDLS Brooklyn is back in the building, and we are out here with my very good friend Cheo, who I have not seen in a very long time, and I figured this would be a good opportunity to do a little video on what he's done to his Lowrider S, especially to make it work for a taller dude. He's almost about 6 feet tall, and he's definitely on the taller side, and I know a lot of you write in and are concerned about riding these bikes who are on the taller side, so let's talk about what he's got going on with this bike, and especially how he made it work for himself. So as you can see, he kept it pretty classy. He's got some of the things that are definitely going to make this thing rip pretty hard. So coming in with that Sawicki Speed exhaust, you know, this is a beautiful pipe. You know, you can see the welds on this thing are just absolutely beautiful. So yeah, he's happy with it. It sounds great. I've been riding with him all day, and I could attest it's definitely sounds great. In terms of to jump to the chase, you know, I was asking him as a taller rider, you know, what did he do to make it work? And he was honest, and he said, you know, he is coming from the dyno world, and he actually used to run forward controls on that bike. So this is definitely a different position in terms of that. He didn't want to throw forward controls on this because he wanted to maintain an aggressive riding position and keep it mids, which he has done. And he said really what made it work for him, because when it was stock, he said he felt a little bit cramped, is once he changed the seat and the bars, that's the thing that made it work. And in terms of, hey bro, how tall are your bars? This is a 9.5 inch thrash and supply bar with I think that's a 1.5 inch pullback on this thing. And then he's got the mid-bend thrash and bar on here as well. Thrash and grips, so that's what he did in terms of his bars. Again, that's for someone who's on the taller side. The seat is from Speed Merchant. He ran the same seat on his Dyna. He was happy with this. I actually like the height. It's a little bit taller than my Lucky Dave's. Kind of makes me want to run a 15-inch Lucky Dave's bar on mine, or something a little bit taller. Height's perfect. I would definitely want more of a pullback for me. I don't have the same reach as him, but that's what we're looking at behind the cockpit. For people out there who are on the taller side and wondering what do you got to do to make this work, he literally just swapped out the seat for that Speed Merchant seat and changed the bars, and that's the things he did to make it work. Other notable things about this bike, notable features. Yeah, I don't know, why don't we start with the little things? He's got this gas cap that, you know he's from Brooklyn if you have to lock your gas cap up. This thing actually has a lock on it. I've never seen this before. Super cool. Definitely thinking about getting that for my bike. And moving over to the big things, he did not sleep on the suspension. He actually used to run a GPR stabilizer on his Dyna, and he's running Öhlins in the front. As you can see, these adjustable front end suspension, nothing but the best. And in the back, but he's running that RWD 13.5 inch rear suspension. Actually has a reservoir in it, which is really cool. I didn't even know that. So he's getting a little bit more height with that, and yeah, that's what he's running in terms of suspension. In terms of the bags he's got, I didn't even know that Leather Pros made these, but as you can see, he's got Leather Pros with the bullet signals cut out. Had no idea this existed. Super cool. So he didn't actually have to take off those bullet lights. So nothing but the best. Leather Pros getting the job done. As for this passenger crash bar, I asked him who made it. He said Amazon, so that's what he's got for that. Got the gauges, so we know what our temperatures are as we are running through the day. And we were talking, you know, it's off topic, but you know, these bikes just run so damn cool with these M8s, so he's got that. Speaking of crash bars, he's got the Bung King crash bar up in the front. Definitely doubles as a highway peg, and he's got the thrashing pegs here to get rid of that cylindrical peg, you know, be a little bit more comfortable, especially on the longer rides. Let's see, what else? Oh, of course, we got to mention the Memphis Shades Road Warrior fairing. You cannot do the heavy miles without something like that. So killed a lot of bugs today on the ride out here. Clearly did its job. And I used to run this fairing many a year before I started living that fixed fairing life, and I could attest it is an excellent fairing. So that's some of the things that Cheo's done to his bike. I think it's come a long way in a short amount of time. No, you guys are good. No, you're good. That's a sick jacket though. Yeah, so a bike came a long way in a short amount of time. And yeah, I think what he's got coming, you know, maybe the next time we cross paths, maybe in another 2 years when I catch him at the coffee shop. But the next thing he's got coming is I think he's looking to upgrade the brakes, throw some Brembos on there that he actually has a really nice pair in gold. So I think that's one thing he's got coming in the works. And I think the other thing him and I were talking about was upgrading some of his lighting up here. I was trying to push him towards Moon's MC just to get a little bit more presence on the road. But yeah, I think that's some of the big things coming his way. I'm also trying to convince him to throw a cam in this bike, which I know he's a little bit hesitant to jump into the motor work on this thing, but maybe when he rides my bike today, he'll have second thoughts on that one. But that's it, y'all. For my taller people on the taller side, it can be done. You can run these bikes and make them comfortable, especially without having to make the sacrifice and doing forward controls. Shout out to my brother, Cheo. Glad we're getting some miles in today, and we're going to continue our ride out here, so that'll be a separate video. As always, stay safe and stay low. Practice a positive mental attitude. Ride to the end of the world, which is Montauk. And on that, FXDLS Brooklyn is out.